Okay, so this is Cesar. I'm from My2Cat in Barcelona, and I'm going to introduce to you the OpenOP SDK for transformation functions for the federated scenario. So as a brief introduction, here we have the agenda of today. So we will start with the motivation. After this, the objectives that we have for this. An architecture overview, then a description of all the transformation functions that we have available now, and following up the use cases, coverage, validation, and ending with the conclusions and future work. Okay, so in 6G and in general for the telco world, we need there's a need for the interconnection for interoperable federated experimental infrastructures. So the problem is that now it might have current testbeds that are heterogeneous and fragmented, and there's a need of an integration across domains, which could be actually complex and non-following the required standards. So the SDK, the software development kit that we are developing, aims to simplify actually this federation and enable standardized APIs. So as the general objectives of this is to unify the access to heterogeneous testbeds via standards APIs, which are basically the Camara specification and GSMA OPG specifications. So we are providing actually the transformation functions for different domains that could be the edge network and ORAN. And these are going to enable the cross-domain onboarding, deployment, and exposure of different applications. So here we have the architecture overview. This is under the framework of the Sunrise 6G project. And let me expand a little bit more this image so we can see here a little bit better the role of the OpenSDK into this framework. So first of all, we have two different operator platforms here. In the left side, we can see the originating operator platform, and in the right side, we can see the partnered operator platform. So first, we could have an inter-domain deployment or workflow, and we can have an intra-domain as well. So following the first workflow, it could be the use of as an entry point, the Camara APIs, one of the Camara APIs that request some operation to the underlying infrastructure. So the workflow would be to send this request to the service resource manager, which is actually the one that is going to consume the OpenSDK, which is a library, a plugin that supports the different domains, which are the ORAN, network, and edge cloud, and as well to translate this request into the language that the different technologies in the underlying infrastructure are. So this could be, so actually we are abstracting all of this complexity from here. So it has a seamless integration into this framework. And the other workflow is through the east-west bound interface using the Federation Manager, which is actually going to first do this federation process, and then we can see in the right side the OpenSDK, which is translating the GSMA request into the edge cloud domain. So we can have these both scenarios. So a little bit more about each transformation function. We have first the edge cloud domain. It's the same thing. In the left side, we can see the workflow using the Camara APIs, and the right side, we can see the workflow in the federated scenario using the east-west bound interface. So we are supporting now the Camara Edge Cloud Application Management. So we are supporting GSMA east-west bound interface Federation Manager API. We are enabling application onboarding, instance lifecycle, and zone discovery. And we are integrating different technologies here as I2H, Aeros, and Kubernetes. The same way for the network transformation functions in this domain, we are supporting Camara QoD, location retrieval, and traffic influence APIs. We're abstracting the 3GPP NEF API across Open5Gs, OAI, 5G Core. We are enabling the QoS session management, traffic steering, and location retrieval. And we're providing a unified developer experience across network vendors. And the same way for the ORAN transformation functions, we have a unified ORAN adapter. We have a basic management of X app and R apps. We have a rig discovery method, and this is a vendor agnostic operations. So for the use cases, we have several. We have, first of all, for the multi-operation edge cloud federation, we can enable QoS and QoD management across operator-like environments. We have edge computing for low latency applications, context-aware service provision and via location APIs, and traffic for optimized routing. So right now, we have the feature coverage of the SDK is basically providing and enabling these three transformation functions for these three domains, which are the edge cloud, which we are supporting Camara and GSMA specification, and with these technologies that I already showed, which is the I2H, Aeros, and Kubernetes. For the network domain, we are full QoD enabling quality of demand, partial location retrieval, and this is supporting across the three different technologies as well, which is Open5Gs, OAI, and Open5G Core. And for ORAN domain, we have full QoD policy control and basic XApp, RApp lifecycle support. These ones are, the SDK itself is built in a modular way, so it's easy for us to adapt different technologies too. So providing basically the logic for the common methods that are going to be in the underlying infrastructure. So here we can talk a little bit about the validation process. So we are basically validating all of the information of metadata of the different requests of the Camara specification or GSMA specifications. We are doing this with the Pydantic schemas in this case. We have proven interoperability across multiple testbeds. We have, as I was saying, a modular and extensible design, which is good for contributors to follow these guidelines and being able to contribute with their own solutions on this SDK. So we can see here a brief image as well of the usage of the SDK, how we can import it to our environment, and it has a declarative way of instantiating all of these adapters, as we can see here, and to consume the different methods that we have inside the common methods to access all of these functionalities. So as a conclusion of future work, we can say that the OpenSDK bridges these standard APIs and federated infrastructures. It simplifies application deployment and promotes innovation for 6G. And as a future work, it could be a refactor, so it could align a little bit better for the envisioned architecture of the Open Operator platform and improve all of these functionalities. So thank you for your attention and for your time.